If your marketing feels heavy, your systems feel complicated, and your team feels stretched, there's a good chance you don't have a capacity problem. You have what I call a clutter problem. Welcome back to the Bumper Blueprint podcast. In the last episode, we tackled step 2 of the Bumper Blueprint, which is all about cleaning up the lead flow, making sure your leads actually move somewhere instead of getting stuck in limbo. Today, we're diving into step 3, which is all about removing the clutter. Because even when your lead flow is clear, there is another silent killer that can still slow everything down. And it's actually too much stuff. And in the digital world, it is just so easy to accumulate too many tools, too many steps and processes, and too many just-in-case automations. Whenever I meet clients, especially in the coaching or information space, there's a product for everything, every problem. So it's easy to create products, it's easy to create automations and systems, and it's easy to create all these solutions. But over time, it all starts to feel a bit heavier than it needs to be. So where does this clutter come from normally? It doesn't actually happen overnight. It builds slowly, like dust in the corners of your garage. Like this weekend, my husband and I, we were cleaning the whole house, and I was surprised to see where I saw all the dust in so many places. So it's something that just gathers over time. Something like a new tool gets added for a quick fix, a new funnel gets layered on top of the old one, or a workaround that sneaks in because, it's just easier this way right now. And I've seen this so many times now, especially with AI. There's always a new tool, new shiny object, a new tool people tend to talk about online. And suddenly it's almost like an overnight thing. They are all talking about Claude. Like they've never heard of Claude. It's been out for 2 or 3 years now in the mainstream. And almost no one ever goes back to actually removing anything. Your system grows, but it doesn't evolve. It just gets more complicated. So let me paint a picture with a real example from a service business we worked with. They offered coaching and consulting packages, but their backend was a real mess. For example, they had 3 different landing pages promoting the exact same offer, each with slightly different messaging. Yeah, it's very common, A/B split testing and things like that. 2 CRMs running simultaneously. One is for sales and one for client delivery, with leads getting duplicated or lost between them. Yeah, this is very, very common because we have people who sign up to a CRM and then they use the most common one, which is MailChimp for marketing and email marketing. And they don't talk to each other. CRMs are not integrated. And so clients tend to get added to multiple lists and then they get multiple emails and messages sent out. That's very, very common. Overlapping email sequences that sometimes send the same nurture email twice in 1 week. And a team constantly asking, hey, which version of the process are we using this time? We have so many workflows internally that you go, which template do I use for my project management for this launch project? So nothing was really broken in our example, but everything felt really hard for the team. So leads got confused by mixed messages. The team wasted time, trying to second guess tools and steps. Simple tasks like following up on a warm lead took twice as long as they should. And we've seen this pattern again and again. A growing agency juggling 5 different project management tools, or a local service provider with 7 email lists that no one has cleaned in years. The result is usually friction for customers and a burnout for the team. So here's what most people actually miss when it comes to clutter. Clutter doesn't just slow your team down, it leaks into customer experience. So when systems are cluttered, messages become inconsistent. So things like, hey, wait, did they already get this email? That's the kind of conversation you might be having internally. Customer journeys feel disjointed and confusing. Decisions can take longer because no one knows what the current process is. There's too many processes. So from the outside, it feels like friction. And from the inside, it feels like constant overwhelm. And this is where businesses get trapped. The instinct is always to add more, more automation, more tools, more campaigns, more AI. But more isn't the solution. The solution is really better. Being better and just optimizing what you have. So removing clutter doesn't mean deleting everything and starting from scratch. It just means that you are asking basically sharper questions of your business. Do we actually need this step? Do we actually need this automation? Do we need this process? Do we need this AI tool? Just because someone else is promoting it online, do we actually need it? Does this tool serve a clear and a single purpose? Is this helping the customer move forward or just slowing them down? I always think about the easiest way to make a decision. Is this going to help the customer? And how can we make it easier for them to move efficiently and quickly and without any friction through our purchasing process, our sales process, all the processes, internal processes? How can we make it so that it's a customer-centric process? So imagine you have a lead that comes in through a form, which is typically how it all happens. And then this form triggers 3 welcome emails, a manual follow-up call, maybe a reminder to you internally, or another long nurture sequence. But when you look at the data, no one can tell which step is actually driving conversions. So instead of adding yet another automation, just in case type of automation, you simplify the step. For example, you have one clear next step. You have clear ownership of who does what and clear timing when it happens. We helped one client cut their onboarding sequence from 8 touch points down to 4 focused ones. And the result is really the higher engagement, fewer drop-offs, and the team finally felt in control. Very, very important if you're running a SaaS business or building apps, because now it's really cool to be a vibe coder and build apps. So once the clutter is removed, everything will change. Your systems will feel lighter, your team moves faster with more confidence, your customers experience a smoother, clear journey, no more mixed signals or dead ends in the process. One service business we supported went from juggling duplicate CRMs and overlapping funnels to a single streamlined system. And within months, their lead to client conversion improved noticeably, and team hours spent on admin dropped dramatically. So they weren't working harder, as you can see. They were just no longer fighting their own setup. They were no longer fighting their own setup. So if step 1 was finding the leaks in your lead bucket, step 2 was cleaning up the lead flow so that leads can actually move faster. Then this step 3 is about removing what's slowing everything down and making the whole system feel heavy. In the next episode, we'll tackle step 4, connecting your tools intelligently so nothing breaks as you scale. Until then, stay curious, stay human, and keep building systems that support and not sabotage your business. Thanks for listening to the Bumper Blueprint podcast. If this episode hit home, you're ready to declutter your own marketing systems with hands-on guidance, I'm opening up a limited number of one-on-one AI-powered workshops exclusively for listeners like you. In these personalized sessions, we'll audit your current setup together, identify hidden clutter, map out a lighter, more effective blueprint using smart AI tools, and all tailored to your business. So spots are limited. I don't do this often, but if you are out there listening to my podcast, and I'm not the only one talking to myself here, I would love to meet you anyway. So feel free to book a call. Just go to our website, bumperleads.com, and you can book a call with myself, and we can discuss your business and how AI can help and how we can declutter some of the things that you might be having, you might be looking to introduce. Or I get thousands of questions like, which CRM should I pick? And these days, people get confused about which AI tool to use. And speaking of clutter and AI tools, before I see you in the next episode, I wanted to just I was playing with the AI music app. There is one called Suno AI, which has been out for a while, but Google actually created their own. Google Lyria, I think it's called Lyria, yes. And I just played around and I thought, oh, let me see what I can do. I want to change my podcast intro and outro. So I'm going to play the whole music because you've listened to it to the end. You can hear my almost Led Zeppelin version of what I like, but it's instrumental. It's going to be okay. But that's my clutter because now I've just played with with more tools, but it's fun, like it's fun to discover these new tools and you go, wow, this is so amazing. But there is a purpose. I need something that I can use quickly. And I thought it was really cool to create it and share it with you guys. So yes, look forward to seeing you if you are booking a call with me. My name is Jovana Vujnic and I can't wait to help you create systems that finally feel effortless. See you in the next episode.